Howdy peeps, Lois here. Thank you for joining me. This video is slightly different. um, if you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Lois. I'm a mindset and empowerment coach. I'm also a manifestation coach and I'm a full-time van lifer. So there's a few different playlists. Please check them out. And if you are returning, hello again. Now, this was going to be the first of the series, but actually I'm going to do this as an intro video because I'm not feeling particularly great, I'm afraid. I picked up some kind of germ a couple of days ago and it's tailing off, but I'm exhausted and I'm mentally fried, and I've also just come back from a hiking weekend. So I'm feeling particularly drained, but I thought this video would be a really good quick intro video to explain what this new series is about. So I'm going to be putting together the A to Z of manifesting. Now, it won't just be like 1A, 1B, 1C. There will be multiple A's, multiple B's, multiple C's. Everything that relates to manifesting so that I can help you guys understand more clearly what these words mean, how they resonate with the whole manifesting experience, what's the point of them, and cutting through the bullshit, basically, because there are a lot of people out there, a lot of influencers, a lot of people that talk manifesting, don't really have a fucking clue about it, they don't understand the concept of it, and a lot of the times they actually cause people to, for want of a better word, have a lot more mental health issues than actually resolving them, because there is a downside to manifesting. People who have not understood it properly, who are in a desperate place, pick up this term manifesting and believe that it's some magic wand, some magic pill, that things happen like that out of thin air. Now, to some degree, I will explain what it is. There is some element to that. But if you are someone who's in a very desperate state, whether you're broke, you've just lost your job, you've just split up with your partner, someone's going through a health crisis, the first thing you're going to want to do is to latch onto anything that gives you hope. Now, hope is brilliant, but there are people on the internet, influencers, people who don't really understand manifesting, people who have literally just jumped on the bandwagon, and they are causing people to suffer. And it breaks my heart, and it also fucks me off. And I want to try and hopefully reach those people, as well as you guys who either may or may not be familiar with manifesting. And I want to give them the truth, give them the techniques that actually work and the understanding behind it, because I think that's the key part that's missing. And what it does with people who are in a desperate state, it causes them to become very obsessive and very hyper fixated, and it's not good for your mental health. So there is a downside to manifesting, in the sense that depending on where you're coming at it from, if you don't understand it properly, and if you've been fed a lot of stories and a lot of bullshit, it can do you more harm than good. I myself have gone down that road before in the early stages when I was just becoming a conscious manifester. And I'll explain a bit more what that is in a second. But yeah, there were times in my life where I became so fixated on something, it became really unhealthy. So I took a step back from it and went back to basics. And a key part of manifesting is actually doing the inner shadow work. It's healing a lot of your past and a lot of your baggage, your limiting beliefs, your past issues, any traumas you may be carrying around with you, any negativity about your self-concept, about who you are, and also it's a real breakdown of identity, who we believe we are. So I mentioned conscious manifesting. I have said this in a few other videos. So what people think is that manifesting is some kind of magic. It's really not, but at the same time it is kind of magic. But it's a magic that we create. And whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, we manifest all day, every day, unconsciously, through all of our thoughts, all of our beliefs, and all of our desires. Everything that goes on inside of our brains will at some point be projected out. And that will get mirrored back to us through our experiences. So I want you to consider that our world, our reality as we call it, it's a bit like a movie screen. And everything that goes on in here, in our mind, is like a projector. And we transmit that signal out into the world. And then we get to experience it. Now, that means that we get to experience positive things and negative things. So, good and bad, it's an interpretation, it's a perception at the end of the day. Some people might consider that rain is bad, and someone else might consider rain great. Depends on where you are in terms of that. If you're having an outdoor birthday party, it's going to be a bit shit. But if you're a farmer reliant on rain for the crops, it's going to be good, right? So all depends on where you are in life as to how you perceive things. And that's another key part of this. So we unconsciously manifest so much in our lives. And one thing that people tend to get a bit mixed up on is they think that if they think something, it's immediately going to happen. And that's what tends to spiral people, because they suddenly go, oh, well, I've been thinking that my partner's going to break up with me. Oh my God, they're going to break up with me. Well, no, not exactly. But if you are so hyper-focused on it, and if you have a dominant belief already inside of you that you always get left, there is a good chance you can manifest that. And this is what people experience on a daily basis, where they say, oh, I'm no good with money. I'm not lucky in love. My partners always cheat on me. I never get to stay in a job for very long. I always get fired. I'm not very clever. My family hate me. My older sibling is always the favorite and always gets their way. Now, all of those perceptions and beliefs were created from childhood. And those are the things that cause you to unconsciously repeat and manifest in your 3D reality. So it happened once, you had an experience, you developed a perception, you created a belief inside of you that this thing was a real thing, and you stuck it in your brain and you kept it there. And unconsciously, that belief, that story has been playing, and it has been creating your reality ever since. It caused you to make every choice, every action, every decision that you've ever made in your life, because you have these dominant, conditioned, programmed beliefs and perceptions about who you are, how you are treated, how the world is, and how everybody acts around you. And if you don't believe me, good way to look at this is go through your life, look at all your relationships, look at your family dynamics, look at your jobs, look at your financial status, even just look at your day-to-day life, your friendship groups, whatever it is. And you will find there are patterns, there are regularities, such as, I always end up dating bad boys. I always end up working for bosses who belittle me. My family always criticize me. My family don't think I'm good enough. I'm no good with money. I always lose money. I'm not very lucky. If something bad's going to happen, it's always going to happen to me. Oh, I've always got problems with my health. You have to catch all of those little things that you have been projecting and internalizing your whole life, because that is what you're signaling out to the world. And that is what usually gets projected back. Now, there is also a key thing that goes around this, and this is that when you are focused upon something, when you have a dominant belief, when you are putting it out there, sometimes you don't get what you want, you get what you need. So you might be saying, I really want to win the lottery. I really want to win the lottery. But you have a very lack poverty mindset. So you haven't built up the capacity to receive £1 million, or the Euro Millions, God forbid you win up 30 million. You haven't developed the capacity to hold that amount of money. So what happens is, a lot of times you will find people who say, oh, I'm no good with money, I make money and I lose money really quickly. They haven't developed the capacity to hold money because they still have an underlying belief that they're not good with money. So when money comes, they attract it because they're focused on, I really want money, I really want money, I'm rich, all good things happen. Money comes, and then they self-sabotage and they lose the money again. And that experience self-perpetuates the belief. So you get caught in these vicious cycles. Now, hopefully you're still with me on this one. Manifesting is simply being able to detach from those negative limiting beliefs, from rewriting and recoding your mindset, your program, and your conditioning away from the old identity, the old version of you, the old beliefs, and the old system that you've been running from, and shifting into a whole brand new version. That means a new mindset, new direction, new clarity, new beliefs, new conditioning, new programming, a new version of you, a new identity. So that you can shift from being that unlucky person who never gets a date, who always gets cheated on, whose boss is an asshole, who doesn't seem to be able to ever get a promotion, who's bad with money, into the version of you who is wealthy, healthy, successful, abundant, and lovable beyond your wildest dreams. And I'm here to help you do it. So, it is real. And I'm affirming that on this journey, watching these videos, you will be able to put into practice, because after each video, I'm going to give you exercises and maybe some little techniques for you to practice and to try these things out that relate to the A to Z words that I'm going to be explaining. And over time, I guarantee you are going to start seeing results. And if you're not a believer now, you fucking will be by the time I finish with you. Let's hope we get to maybe M or T. If we have to get to Z before you believe it, then so be it. But I'm affirming that you're going to get this pretty quick. So hopefully that's all made sense. So if you're brand new to this, just take time to process what information I'm going to give you, to digest it. And if you are already familiar with manifesting, I really hope that this helps you get some clarity on this, because manifesting is so friggin' simple. Here it is in a nutshell. You imagine something, you create it in your mind, you desire it. So you decide, that's it. That's what I want. And you let it go. You put it out there. You decide that it's done. It is literally, that's all it is. Manifesting is making a decision about something and then being the version of you who already has it and going about your life. That's it. Because there's 3 elements, okay? So we are mind, body, soul, or spirit. The mind, body, and soul relates to 3D, 4D, 5D. These are all kind of layers of consciousness, because that's what manifesting is. It's literally tapping into your higher consciousness instead of your fixed conscious mind. So 3D is this physical experience that we are having now. It is the body, you know, this tangible thing that we can grip onto. Now, we have a hand, but we are not a hand, right? We have a hand, but we are not this. Just the same as we have a body, but we are not the body. But we identify all too often with the physical, material things. And we can get so caught up with our 3D reality, believing that this is real, not understanding that we've actually helped create it, which means that if there's something you don't like in your reality, you can fucking change it. How good is that? So this is our 3D, this physical. The 4D is the mental. It is our conscious mind. It is where all these thoughts and things ruminate. And then the 5D is our higher consciousness. It is the spirit. It is the soul. It is the all that is. It's the universe, the cosmos, God, whatever the hell you want to call it. It is this all and everything. And we are all connected in it through our consciousness. Because when we die, all that's left is consciousness. And there's enough scientific stuff out there. If you don't believe me, go and look up quantum mechanics, quantum physics. Every physicist you will find out there is extremely spiritual because they understand this. This is not woo-woo. This is not some hippy-dippy shit. This is scientific. It is proven. It is accurate. The same as thought transmission is. And I will go into that in other videos. So what you are simply doing is taking all that exists from the 5D, from the spiritual realm, from the ethos, from universe, whatever you want to call it, because everything exists all now. Everything exists. Every version of you, every possibility, everything. The moment you have a desire, you've grabbed something that already exists, because you cannot want something that doesn't exist, right? You can't desire something that is not real, that doesn't exist. You can only desire a car because it exists. You can only desire a house because they exist. You tell me something you desire that doesn't exist yet. Because if you're desiring it, it means it does exist. So you are literally pulling these things, if you want to call it pulling it out of the universe, and you're drawing it into the 4D through your consciousness, through your mind, through the desire, through the wants, through the ambitions, the goals, the dreams, everything, the house, the partner, the experiences, the feeling of love. You want to experience wealth. You want to experience good health, all of these things. Every desire you've ever had. I want to go to Barbados. I want to fly to the moon. I don't know. All of these experiences. And then you transfer them from thought to thing. So from mind into matter, from imagination into creation, into your 3D reality, so that you get to experience it. Now the key with manifesting is you have to believe it first, then you receive it. So you have to feel it, then you receive it. So essentially you want to have these things in your 3D reality, but it's not the thing that you want, it's the experience of the thing that you want. So whatever it is you're desiring, understand what is the feeling and the motive behind it. What is the inspired action behind it? Why do you want that thing so much? What is the emotion, the feeling, and the experience behind it? I want wealth because I want to feel secure, safe, stable. I want to feel like I can provide for my family. I want to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want. I want freedom. I want a partner because I want to experience love, sex, joy, happiness, fun, laughter. Whatever your emotions are behind the reasons of why you want the thing, that's what you create first, inside of you. Feelings of joy, feelings of happiness, excitement, abundance, love, sex, all of those things, freedom, the security. Feel it within you first. Hold on to the vision. Imagine yourself living in that big house, flying on those jets, whatever it is, owning 50 cats, being in the relationship with your ideal partner, going on holiday. Whatever it is that you are desiring, you imagine it here and you focus upon it and you see yourself doing it. You daydream about it. Not obsessively, naturally. You feel it while you're dreaming it, and then you just trust that it's going to happen, and it does. It just does. Because you will be given those little intuitive nudges that tell you what to do and when to do it, and you just know, when you just like, oh, I feel like I need to go to that cafe today, or oh, I've just got an urge to ring that person, or oh, I don't know why, but something's just telling me that I should go there today, or I should turn left instead of right. Those are the things, those are your little breadcrumb trails leading you towards your manifestation. And that's simply it. You make the decision, stick to it with conviction, and then just allow it to show up in your reality. Feel it real, it will manifest. And that's it. People complicate it so much with tools and techniques and tricks and affirmations and blah, 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 blah. And they make it so difficult, and it's really not. And how you do anything is how you do everything. People always say, oh, can you manifest people? And can you manifest, to get rid of this? Yes, you fucking can. You can manifest diseases away, illnesses away. You can manifest even a change in your body, a change in your looks. You can manifest your perfect partner. So you can even manifest a specific person, manifest money. You can manifest a career, a job, anything. But here's the caveat. What you truly desire in your heart and soul is what will manifest. You can change your mind as well. So if you're manifesting a particular job and then halfway through you decide you don't want it, it still may manifest. But you're the chooser, right? You're the decider. You are the all that is. You are the creator. You are the God within. So you get to decide what you want when you want it. Now, the universe will deliver it at the right time, however. Your only job is to decide what you want and why you want it. And then embody that. And the how it comes and the when it comes is not up to you. But if you want something and it's not coming from a true, honest, authentic, integral part of you, it probably won't manifest. Simply because the desire is not there. The truth behind it is not there. It's a bit like when we say, oh, I really want pizza tonight. But actually you don't really want pizza tonight. You would much rather have a roast dinner, I don't know. Or you'd much rather have a burger. But you're telling yourself, you're trying to convince yourself that you do want pizza. Yeah, you really do want pizza because someone else wants pizza. So you're just going to go along with it and go, yeah, I'll have pizza because it's just easy, right? It's just easy. But you're there the whole time going, I wish I was eating a burger. I wish I was eating a burger. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be true with your heart's desires. So if you are truly desiring something, know that it is already done. It already exists. It's happening. The moment you've desired it, you've pulled it in. It exists. It is now just a case of bringing you and it together in this 3D world. And how that happens and when it happens is not up to you. Your only job is to literally stay aligned with your desire, visualize it, imagine it, daydream it, feel it real, feel as if it's already happening. A bit like when you book a holiday. You book the holiday, say, 6 months in advance. Now, you don't sit around panicking, worrying, going about the holiday. Oh my God, what happens? Where's the holiday? Where's the holiday? It's not happened yet. You know, it's January. You're not going away till May. You don't sit there counting down the days going, oh no. I mean, sometimes you go, oh, it's going to be a couple of months to my holiday. But you do it from a place of joy and excitement, right? You're not there going, where's my holiday? Oh my God, why isn't it here yet? But this is the mistake people make with manifesting. They get desperate, they get needy, they get very, very upset and angry, frustrated and impatient. And that's not really the feeling that you want to embody. That's the opposite of what you want to be experiencing when you receive your manifestation, right? Because the whole point of you having your manifestation is that you feel it's going to make you happy. So if you're being frustrated and angry and impatient, you're not in alignment with your desire, are you? So, just like you would with a holiday. Excuse me. You book it, you decide it. You pay for it, you send it off. That's it, it's done. The holiday's done. All you've got to do is just enjoy your friggin' life until the day it appears. And enjoy the unfolding of it. Enjoy those little breadcrumbs. Enjoy the little signs and synchronicities, you know. Say you've been imagining that you desperately have always wanted to go, I don't know, on safari. You're so desperate to go on safari. So you've been imagining it. You focus on it. You just dream of yourself there on safari. And then when you're not thinking about it, you're going about your business, and all of a sudden an advert pops up on TV talking about safaris. You may not pay any attention to that. A couple of days later, you're stood in the post office or you're stood in the supermarket waiting at the checkout. 2 people behind you are talking about going on safari. And you're like, interesting. A couple of days after that, you see an advert in a magazine about safaris. And you're thinking, hang on, okay, this is a few times now. These are your little breadcrumbs telling you that, hey, your desire is now real. So now you've got to pay attention, follow the signs that guide you. Because you don't know exactly where you're going to be led. And this is where you have to trust that gut feeling, you know, that pull, that, I don't know why, but this just feels right. Don't know why, but I'm feeling drawn here, because it will always lead you to it. And I will go into all of this in much bigger detail in my future videos. So as I say, every Sunday, 7 p.m, I will be publishing videos with the A to Z of manifesting. I hope this at least has become clear about what manifesting is. And as we go on the next coming weeks, it's going to get even more clearer. And the one thing I really, really would love for you to do is please get involved. Comment down below every week in the videos when you try some of these techniques or any experiences that you've got. Please comment below in this video. Share it with people that you think might be interested. This is an interactive series. I want you guys to really get involved, test this out, try this, because if anybody watching this video right now is saying to themselves, I am fucking sick of my life, I am sick of this shit, I really need a change, I need something to happen, I am so fed up, I am so done, this is the series for you, because we are going to change that. Whatever it is that's going on in your life right now that you want to change, you want to transform, this is the series to be watching. You can go check out my other videos because they will actually really, really help, because one of the things we really want to start doing in preparation for this is starting to get rid of those old limiting beliefs and the old negative shit and all the old programming. So go ahead and watch some of my other videos. They will really help. So yeah, if you've had any experience of manifesting, drop a comment below and let me know what they are, because I love reading your stories. And as we go along, it's going to help people, because your success stories are going to help other people get more and more involved and trusting in the process and developing more and more manifestations for themselves. And it's going to help improve everybody's lives. So let's get on board, people. Right, I'm going to go have a little coughing fit, make myself a nice cup of tea and crawl into bed, and I will catch you again in the next video. If I don't do one before next week, because I've got a lot going on next week, I will see you again on Sunday, 7 p.m, with the first in our series of Manifesting A to Z. I love you all. Take care. Mwah.